wait, before you say, it's already a worrying sign if Dylan jumps into the voice call and immediately hits record. It doesn't say shit, just immediately. There's some either hot ass fire that's about to come out of his mouth or some shit's about to go down. So audience, hold on to your butts. Here he goes. I actually think he's frozen. This is the worst possible way. I led him into that and he froze. He's back now.
My favorite. That was the best time shit I've ever seen in my life. You literally go, and then right as you say, some shit's about to go down, my fucking internet just goes, fuck off. That was the most well-timed shit ever. No, I was just coming on to say that I was very angry and disappointed that Ash got to go watch Paddington 3 today, and I'm yet to watch it.
I'm sorry you live in Tasmania?
Me too.
Yeah.
that's about because there was two movies that I wanted that I had advanced screening of Paddington was on today. Can't go, had work. Wanted to go watch the fucking Lord of the Rings thing last week. Can't go, had work. Fucking just getting fucked everywhere.
There was a screening. You just you
just didn't get to it.
Yeah, it's whoever's fault was managing the roster at your work,
Well, it was me, but the unfortunate thing is that, like, if that I have to be there.
You weren't like, oh no, I came down with a sickness, and the only thing that can cure me is more Paddington.
I mean, that's a disease we all have, I'm sure, deep down within,
Yeah.
So
I'm amazed in the year 2024 they've got 3 movies out of Paddington Bear. That's almost impressive.
Have you watched any of them?
No.
You're not very English, are you? Like you're a fake English person.
No, I'm Australian. Unless England is winning in some kind of sport. Then
my favorite clip I saw, I don't know what it was from, clip it was from or something, but I saw this thing on TikTok, an interview of Tom Holland, where this interviewer sits down and he starts talking with his normal accent, like his normal English accent, and the interviewer just trolling him or whatever, just goes, "Sorry, are you like doing an accent?" He's like, "No, this is my normal." He's like, "But Spider-Man's American." And then, like, Holland doesn't realize, right? He's like, "Yeah, I put on an American accent when I'm playing the character to this." He's like, "So Peter Parker's English." Like this whole I was like, "That's a good bit. I appreciate that. Play that."
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. Last between the questions of the week. So, my phrase. of the year. Of the week. Well,
last one of the year. Last 2024 between the questions episode.
Yeah, last 2024 between questions. Yep. How's your year been, Kieran?
How's my year been?
Yeah, I've got the hard-hitting questions,
I'm 30. 30's been pretty good so far, actually. I'm enjoying work. I'm enjoying video games. I'm getting tattoos. Making all the good life choices. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
What'd you rate it?
A solid like 8. I give it like an 8. Yeah.
How do you rate the year 2024 for the general public, the world?
Oh, it's like a 4. I very much get to live in my own little bubble.
Yeah.
Just I can be ignorant of a lot of things in the news and in the world, but as a whole, it's like a 4. Yeah.
Just below okay.
Yeah. There's still, look, let's be honest, the way 2024's been, there's like what, two more weeks left. It could easily be a 3. It's got time.
Santa Claus dies. Like, who knows what could happen next?
Who knows? Fucking...
It wouldn't surprise me. The Americans just shoot him out of the air.
I saw this guy. This guy was
somebody thinks the fucking Santa's the CEO of fucking
honestly,
Christmas.
Santa Claus really, when you think about it, like considering how like all the American movies and everything, like the idea that no one shoots that fucking dude like jumping around on their roofs is the most unrealistic thing about every Santa
No, the amount of movies where there is a scene where Santa comes down the chimney and somebody like flicks on a light and is scared by him. The fact that not one of those people is holding like a shotgun or a rifle or something is very unrealistic.
If they made the Santa Claus in 2024, Tim Allen totally would have shot Santa.
Like, let's be honest, right?
100%.
If the concept of Home Alone had never been made yet, like, and it was the first time Home Alone was thought of, as conceptualized, was in 2024, it'd be a shit movie because there'd be no interesting like fucking traps and like inventive things. The kid would just have a gun
100%.
because my parents went on holiday and Oh, my dad left the gun safe unlocked, so it's fine.
No,
Like,
it's not
it'd be
yeah.
Very different movie.
I
Even
mean,
though-
also,
have you- have you-
mobile phones, she would
Definitely
have
on
called the
Disney
parents and
movie,
be like,
yeah.
oh, you left me home alone.
Have you like also that? But like, have you watched Home Alone recently?
Not for like probably 10 years, to be honest.
Yeah, a couple of years.
The parents are awful.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
parents are absolutely awful. Like just in all regards.
When did you last watch it?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Was it on
Listen, you pump out that many kids.
These are free brain cells? Like, what are you saying?
Yeah, your tolerance for your children
Yeah.
drops per child.
The tolerance of your children drops for just fuck.
Was it on TV or did you like be like, I want to watch this?
No, I think I was at my parents' place, and
Okay.
Christmas
Oh.
movies around this time of year get chucked up on them because my mum's really big into Christmas.
That's fair. I watched
yep.
Elf last night. It was on TV though, but
Mm,
can never say no to that. So,
no.
Ash, how's your year been?
Yeah, solid. I'd give it a 7,
7.
Good times we've had,
Good times.
Can't-
were had.
Good time, bad time.
I can't think of any in particular, but I'm sure they were there. No?
What would you give it for the world?
Oh, like a 3, I've read up more than Kieran has, so yes, it's a 3.
That's fair. What do you is it? Do you reckon it's the tattoos that gets your 7 of a year to Kieran's 8? Like, is that what you reckon you missed from your
the
year?
difference?
Yeah, maybe
You
if
need to
I'd
suck
like
any ink. You
just
need to
needled
tattoos.
myself up, then I would have might be more grateful for my year.
Mm.
If I'd needled myself,
Yeah.
up, he says.
Yeah.
That's what you
No,
did. You
it
needled
leaves
yourself up.
It leaves it open to interpretation of what kind of need.
100%. And I'm sure both ways, both would get a 7 to an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what.
What about you, Dylan?
Explosion network scale. 1. 2, 3. 4. I'm gonna go 5.
Oh, right down the middle. All right.
Right down the middle. I'm
okay.
gonna go
All right.
the okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 5.
Stuff
I'm gonna give the
happens.
world a 2, to be honest.
Everybody, if you're going to learn anything from Between the Cushions this week, be more like me. Be ignorant of stuff.
I think if
No,
I
No, that's the problem.
You live a happier life. If you're
I think if I got some tattoos, I could have, at least would have got it to a 6. So,
should have got some tattoos. Tattoos are dope.
Mm.
Could I say, right? There's nothing. There is like, as it's very common, right? As men, even though like let's men. Let's like we've got it pretty good just in general as cis white men, pretty fucking good.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Like just in general, like in the grand scheme of the world, pretty good, right? But
That's
one
not
of the,
whitewash Ash.
I guess that's not white. That's also I was like, I thought about it. I was like,
he's the only way we get away of not having an all white podcast. So
that's fair. That's fair. Sorry, Ash. But you don't always receive too many compliments as a guy. So one of like the best, like most like confidence overdrive things that happens is when one tattoo artist comes over, looks at the work being done of you, and compliments not only your choice of the art, but the artist as well. Like that shit is like confidence is like a 10 at that moment. When
They
they walk over,
the tattoo, like more so the guy's work though.
oh, they're 100%. It's more the guy's work.
Yeah, it's the tattoo
But it's
artist who's
on
did all
my
the work.
body, and I made this happen. So
I guess it's
you
equivalent
paid
of
for
like
it.
someone comes into your house and they see a nice piece of artwork on the wall and they compliment.
yeah,
I guess.
yeah, and they're complimenting.
Like you didn't
like,
do the artwork, but
No.
like it's in your house. So.
exactly. It's on my body
Yeah.
forever.
Mm.
But it's a real nice feeling because you're like, man, these guys are cool.
Okay. Well, this leads into my second round of these questions, which is, Kieran, in 2025, what do you want to do? Do you want to get more tattoos?
Oh well, I've already got mine. Like my next tattoos are already lined up. Like they were lined up. We literally was talking about my next tattoo within like 20 minutes of the last session.
What is it? What's the plan?
Oh, nothing.
More
Well,
anime?
we had session before last.
Mm.
A good big part of it was us listening to the Gorillas, just their whole library. I fucking
Feel
love
good.
Gorillaz. Yeah, I love the Gorillaz. They're like my second favorite below Foo Fighters.
Never heard of them.
And I fucking hate you. Like my second favorite band below Foo Fighters. And so we were talking about them and their artwork, and my tattoo artist Marius was like, "Man, I'd really like to do it." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'd love that. That'd be awesome." And then literally I sat down with him this time, and Marius is like, "Hey, I've been looking at artwork. I've got an idea. Do you want to go ahead?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, man." So yeah, I'll get something to do with the Gorillaz on one of my legs. Yeah.
Wait,
and
he hasn't shown you or talked it through?
No.
Or he's like,
Actually, okay, you might. Okay, this might be wild to you. The first is right. So the Kakashi one I've got on my leg, I sent pretty inspiration, like whatever, like to
Mhm.
Marius, but I didn't actually see the design until I was stood there at the day, like stood there about to get tattooed. Hadn't seen the design. Same thing with this one. This one's even less. All I said was I would like Asta from Black Clover with like this. I really wanted manga panels because I like manga panels as a tattoo design. Marius was kind of like, "That's a bit shit," and we had a conversation about it as a design, and then that was all we had as a conversation. And then I saw the design the first day, and we got tattooed and we got it on my arm. Like I don't
Tattoo
have.
artist chat GBT. Well, you're just putting in prompts, or
I'm just telling because his artwork's so fucking cool and it's his style, and
Yeah.
I'm very much like, you are
You have
way.
faith.
Yeah, I have faith, and I'm like, you are way more creatively gifted than I am.
Mm.
So I put all of my into you. It's your thing. Do what you want. And I now have that more and more with probably tattoos for the rest of as I get them. It's just going to be. Because even this one, with the Gorillaz one, he was like, "Well, where do you want it?" And I was like, "You know what? I don't really mind. I've got a whole bunch of pasty white skin. Where do you want to put it?"
forehead.
And he's like, and that's where we got to the leg and stuff. I was like, I don't. Yeah, the only stipulation I've ever had with him was like, leave my left arm because I want to do a sleeve of my left arm at some point. But everywhere else, I'm good. Whatever you want, you know.
All right. So aside from tattoos, what else are your hopes and dreams for 2025?
I don't know. I want to do more. Like I want to spend a lot more time. Like this thing the last couple of days is when I have time off work, unless it is PAX or like some event in Melbourne, like I will generally just take time off work to chill at home and just do things around the house or whatever. So next year I have just a more of an objective thing of being like, I just want to go places. Like I've already got a Sydney trip lined up in March. I just want to, go travel a little bit more with my time off when I have it throughout the year. So that's one thing, just, and probably just work more on my social life a little bit more next year in terms of actually hanging out with friends again, doing stuff on weekends. Yeah.
Fair. Ash, what are your hopes and dreams and plans for
Hopes
2025?
and dreams? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
That's
That's
what I'm here for.
Does that surprise you?
It does
like,
not, but
just wait
that's
and
why
see
Kieran.
what life.
That's why Kieran
Just
goes
what
first.
life throws at me. Hopefully
Just
it's
what life throws at me, and then if it's anything that's going to change, I'm going to be entirely,
no.
utterly resistant to it, and I'm going to hold on like all hell.
My hope is there'll be no major brand changes here at the Explosion Network in 2025.
Listeners, if we're not Ian by some point through midway through next year, it's going to be a problem, okay? It's going to be a fucking problem, all right?
Yeah, I know. Just more balance, I think,
With what?
life, social, Ian stuff,
What's life is? I feel like
What's your current
Like-
balance? I'd like to say, what do you say your current balance is, and where is the
I think it's
problem
pretty
with your
good.
current balance?
It's just I don't know, more freedom. I don't.
what's
More free
what's
time.
taking away
I
your
don't know.
freedom?
Just
Currently.
life.
What is life? to you?
What
does
is
that mean?
life?
You
I'm
keep
sorry,
saying
I
the
need to
word
break
life.
this down.
I know what
We,
life means. Yeah.
Just
we need to
you
drill
know.
into this.
Family commitments and that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's a more that's the
Right,
actual
okay.
thing,
Yes,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
not
Sorry.
life.
Life. I'm telling you, content house in Melbourne, the three of us. Let's go.
Ash is committed to his 6-story building.
I mean, I'm not saying no.
I'm not saying no. What about you, Dylan? What is next year?
Definitely want to. I don't really have. I came into the. I was thinking about this. I came into this year like with a lot of like more like I want to balance out, like have a because like I just took over as a manager like November or October, late October. I took over as manager at my workplace last year, right? So I came into this year like I wanted like to like prove myself sort of in that position and like have a successful thing, which I have. I feel like this year, like I've got all my figures and everything that I could be successful in my position is just about done. So I'm not really going into next year with any sort of.
So next year you just want to coast on your past achievements.
No, I just think I see visually as Dylan. If you have like sliders, like in a game where you crank up different like visual aspects or whatever. I think for this year, Dylan's work slider has been like fucking maxed out, and there's like a boost button next to it, and he smashed the boost button in.
Yeah,
and I can definitely see in those we've had conversations like the last like month. You have like squeaked
the last few months I have I've pulled back from my work and tried to separate a bit more from my life. But I'd say the majority of this year I spent a lot of like I would be working consistently on my days off. I mean, Kieran was telling me off when was at
DreamHack
that's RFE, and I was like we're on the tram or whatever together, and I'm like writing work emails and answering work. Like I was that for like pretty much 10 months this year. So I would say like don't do that would be my first goal, which I've already started. And then my goal 2 is to move out to a different house, which I've already started working on in the last couple of months as well.
Ooh, let's go in Melbourne. That's nice. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's a long commute.
I'm gonna start planning the Melbourne thing.
Let's go! Woo!
I don't want to commit to that happening next year because I feel like that's a thing, but I'm gonna commit to at least like start like planning what that
putting
looks
in place.
What looks like. Because I feel more comfortable making that like a 2026 goal at this point, to be honest. But I'll say commit to planning that. And then the other thing I've done in the last couple months is get back. I used to go like running all the time and stuff, and I sort of felt I got really sick at one point. And then like after I had the flu, and this was funny, this was like last year, right? I can't remember if I talked about it. I probably did. But there was a time where I got like the flu and I was sick for weeks. And then like the doctors eventually were like, hey, this is like a strain of flu that's going around that like several people in Launceston died from and all this stuff. I'm like, awesome. Am I good? And he's like, yeah, you survived. I'm like, awesome. Well, that explains why I felt so bad. But it fucked my lungs up for so long and I just like fell off like any sort of like physical exercise. And then obviously this year being so heavily committed to work and stuff, and like I just wouldn't give myself like any of my free time off. I would just like I'd work and I'd come home and then like work on it again. So I guess like also just finding that balance to like at least like I've been going for more walks and stuff like that, at least just going for a walk for an hour around, listen to podcast, audiobook or something. So I'd say that sort of stuff, because like I think that the only reason I picked that as like my separation is because if I'm home, like if I'm playing a video game, I'm like, yeah, it could be considered relaxation, but like it's also like not like too different from what I'd be doing if not. So at least like my idea of like go for a walk, listen to audiobooks, like very much like that's like proper me time away from work and computer screens and so. So I think they're my 3. If I was to pick 3, those 3 things, yeah. That's how you give an answer, Ash. Eat shit.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, you can't, can you?
Yeah,
can you? No. But yeah, I think that was about it. Anything else anyone wants to talk about in the final between the questions? Hot.
Now remind me, right? Is Between the Cushions a 2024 thing, or did this start last year?
No, we've definitely had this conversation in particular before.
Yeah, I did this last year.
Yeah, okay.
Roughly this because it's
Between Cushions is like top tier shit, everyone. Like just top tier.
I can never remember. Like sometimes I upload an episode and I'll scroll through and I'll be like, I don't remember like what the fuck I was talking about there. But sure. Also, I just ran.
I mean, you literally had an episode called "I don't remember what we talked about," so that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So Yeah, there's also the episode where I like did like full AI notes and like put in there like about like I wonder if anyone reads this shit, and then like like I just this is the show where I'm like whatever, just fucking just wild, whatever. Who really cares? But yeah, all right. Well, for the final time this year, let's go record Arcade Couch.